Hello everyone, how are you doing? Chicken Fried Rice here, and welcome to this week's Royal Canadian Armored Force Top Play of the Week. Today we are going to be watching Gigantus, and he is going to be using the devastating weapon called the Object 704. He's also playing with Airborne 79 and Chia. All three of them are for RCAF. Now this game, Gigantus is going to show us the beauty of the 704. Interesting fact. In any game where there are tier 9 tanks, I will gladly take the 704 over any other on my team. Why? Well, I don't have to explain myself because Gigantus' clip is going to explain it for me. Not much talking to do, you know, he's just going to do a brutal... He's going to attempt a brutal mass murder of the enemy team, and he's going to do a pretty darn good job at it. I will say that. I'm mind blown. Although 704 is a complete beast, it is really a hit and miss tank. Some games you will do good in it, and some games you will do bad unless you're somehow amazing at everything. Right there, he just got hit for a good 400 hit points. He's got 1141 left, and you see Airborne 75 and Chia over there are engaging the enemy team. Gigantus here is going to be smart about it. He's going to take up a good position for them once they come over that cliff. Airborne's knocked out. He was running a tier 9 tank as well. I do believe it was a medium. And now all we have left is Chia and his E75, it seems from here. So Gigantus here is being the one with the patience. Already got one kill, and he's not going to push it. He's going to wait for that enemy team to come over the hill. There's no reason for him to be rushing this, because if he were to push out there, the Object 704 would not be in a great position. Boom, fires, and gets a beautiful shot on that T-32. And that T-34 2 is down to 25% health now. He's got other tanks beside him that were firing at it, but none of them managed to get the kill. He's going to fire a blind shot, and he's going to get the kill with the blind shot. That's pretty darn solid if you ask me. Gigantus here with 2 kills and still at 1,141 hit points. He's not being too reckless. On the same time, he's pacing himself and he's waiting for those shots to come up. Now his position limits him because that means the enemy team has to come over, which means all his allies will die. But he also needs one of them to remain alive so that they can spot for him to be firing, unless, depending on the tank he's using, he might just be able to see that far ahead. You see right here, he's trying to deal with that enemy medium tank right there. He's having some serious issues with that T-54, tier 9 medium tank. And but he's going to back up into his position because he can see that we are losing that top. There's that KV-5 over there who changed directions, just relaxing, and then you have that other tank, the IS-3, which is only at 10%. Right here, the enemy team's starting to pop over the edge. Gigantus lets his cannon loose. Unfortunately for him, he gets a bounce. Doesn't manage to get that kill right there. Well, it wouldn't have been a kill, but that heavy damage possibility. Loads up another round, gets ready to fire. He's going to aim for that. I'm guessing he's going to go for the KV-4 now that all his targets are out of the way. And a big damage roll, 828 damage. That is some serious stuff right there. That is going to put a serious hurt on the enemy team. That KV-4 is rolling outside of his range, so he's going to fire on that IS-6, 741. Not as much damage as the other one, but he is still just kicking ass. He's just brutally... Well, he's giving these guys a lesson on life, and basically the life of World of Tanks, and how whenever you come up against an Object 704, you have one of two options. Either have artillery take it down, or run. Engage, run like a little bitch. Now notice, if you look at the score, Gigantus' team only has 5 kills, and now 6, and the enemy team has 10 kills. So he is in a disadvantaged position. They have a lot more muscle than them. There we go. They just lost another tank. So now it is a 4 versus 9. Boom, Gigantus gets a 4th kill. So for him really to win this, he basically would have to kill everyone that's left. We're going to see if he manages to do that. And if he does, guys, it's going to be the first ever kill apocalypse. Is he going to? I don't know. We're gonna see what we have left to kill. 8 kills. That means there's only 6 kills left, just enough for a kill apocalypse. Alright. Oh, now we got 2 enemy heavy tanks coming up on the bottom, but on the same time he wants to cover this area because you never know, they could be coming any second. Gigantus here, being patient. There's no point in being really aggressive at this point because, well, there's only 3 of them left and the enemy's got 6, so they're double, they're outnumbered double, and the enemy has 2 tier 9 tanks while he only has, well, 1. He just took down that IS-6 right there, decided to peek around the corner. Now he's going to turn around and he's going to go deal with the other threats that are threatening his team. Luckily his allies were able to take down another tank, meaning that there's no way for him to get that kill apocalypse, but he's still got another bunch of possible kills that he can get, 5 to be precise. So right here he's going to move and he's going to relocate to a better firing position to deal with the enemy. Right here he sees that the enemy's coming up the hill like that. Now usually the 704, not really a flanking tank, but in this position, since the low is taking those guys head on, he has the opportunity to move around these guys and hit them from the side. And look at that, they've managed to even it out quite a bit. They're going up against 3 tanks. They are 3 tanks, and they've made it so that well, actually now there's a 4th tank, and right here Gigantus is smart. He was able to spot that T-25 AT coming up from behind. That would have caused his allies a lot of pain. Luckily he was there, he fired, and basically he's keeping the heat on the T-25 just to be able so that his allies can only focus on one front. It's not only about you in these situations, you got to think about your teammates, and that if they get taken out, since you're a TD, you're very vulnerable to large amounts of people, which is why whenever you play Tank Destroyer, you always want to be reinforcements, and that is also why it's very rare for a Tank Destroyer to be the last tank alone to win the game. Usually you have to have another tank with it, because or else it is just unsupported and it is easy for the enemy team just to surround and take down. Gigantus here moving in. He's got himself a beautiful T-29 lined up. Is he going to go for the T-29? No, he's going to go for the AMX 5100. Fires and takes it down. Now he's going to go after, well, that T-29 right there. He's got his round loading. And smile for the camera. You also have that M103 back there in the back. That's really the last threat, but they just managed to take down the whole entire team, him and this low. And now he's got 8 kills, and look at this, he's got that round ready. He's going to have that round loaded in time to kill that M103. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't get the kill. The low comes up in the rear, kills that M103 before he can unload another round to Gigantus. And you know what, guys? He gets an amazing 8-kill game. That's pretty darn good. As usual, guys, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys all next time.